Hello, my name is Jennifer, and welcome to part 36 of the Abandoned Kids Challenge. And if you are returning, welcome back. And in this part, I'm hoping to get to the temple and do some exploring there. But in the meantime, we came back to refresh ourselves at the cantina because we can do some rallying of the troops. And I did say I was planning on using that a lot when we were here because I wanted it to help them, get through it, power through it more quickly without having to sleep and stuff like that. Though of course when they're actually exploring they still need to look after themselves. But I'm pretty sure we have another day. She's not on vacation. I look at his, it says he's on vacation, and because it's after 12. So we're here. So I realized with the spirit of the Balampasol, or however you pronounce it, has blessed Amelia with the blessing of the budding wallflower. Will this introduction to a new random sim lead to a great friendship, romance, or bitter rivalry? And it was Malcolm who she got introduced to. So it's not that she can introduce herself to someone random, it's just that she gets a random friend made. And it was Malcolm Landgrab in this place, who is not who I'm pretty sure is a teen. So it's not going to lend to a romance, and plus he's evil, so I'm not really a big fan of evil sims. But I was thinking it meant that she got to introduce herself and become friends, which of course she can become friends easily regardless. But I'm going to go do a cheerful introduction to this sim here, and we'll see. We already are friends. We haven't even introduced ourselves to him, and we're friends. Is this him? There he is. So we don't know I want to know his traits is what I'd like to know. So are you coming over? And I sent Brian out to go get some black beans because I saw the plant was nearby and I couldn't remember if we had harvested that already or not. I can't even remember if we've got the avocado tree, but I know that's in the path, on the pathway. So are you still busy talking? Okay, stop talking to Brian and come over here and introduce yourself. Or have him come over and introduce himself, because that's what I would like to do. That would be really nice. And see what his traits are. Oh, he's flirty, but that doesn't really matter. What matters are his traits. Goofball. Okay, he's evil too. So I'm not gonna strike up anything with him. So let me check their needs. They're pretty good. I'm going to probably just maybe rally the troops one more time, and then we're going to go out and try and go to the temple, because that's where I want to go. Because I don't think did we do the temple? Maybe we did, and I'm just not remembering properly. We'll find out when we get over that way. So I'll be back once we're over in that direction. Well, they're here at the path to go to the temple, and they have not been because it is closed unless they're coming back, but I don't think it would have opened up so quickly. So we are going to come. They're going to get bills probably through the roof. I have her on her skills so that when the pop-up comes, I can try and judge. I have Brian doing some excavating. Whether that'll take, I don't know, because of the fact that she will get through possibly before him, and I don't want to swap off of her because I want to keep her skills up so that I have an idea what to do or what to choose with these. I might not have much choice. She probably could actually, the gardening is level 8, so she probably doesn't need to use a machete when she's going through it, because I've done that just recently with another sim who was level 8 and didn't hurt. So higher fishing skill. They have been doing some fishing, but whether that's high enough. And she could use, okay. When trekking through the jungle, Amelia stumbles upon a jaguar that seems to be stalking something at the edge of the lake. Should she sneak away or observe the jaguar's action? So I'm not going to sneak away because I find that doesn't work. She could watch the jaguar and higher fishing skill, which is higher now because they've been doing a lot of fishing on this trip, but it's still only level 5. And she can help the jaguar, which consumes a plasma bat bait. I don't know how much she has, but I'm going to use the plasma bat bait and see what happens with that. So she moves closer, observes it watching some fish in the lake. Some of the fish leap out of the water to catch flies. She decides to help the jaguar by releasing some flies. Unfortunately, the flies also attract a pack of bats, which end up scaring the jaguar away. The jaguar leaves behind its catch. So we're going to go to the temple, and I'll be back when they get there. Well, they've made it to the temple. We'll look soon to see what configuration they have got. We have another dig site here, which Brian can come. I don't know whether that counted. It did count whether he completed it or not. It still counted it. I'm going to have her harvest this tree of emotions. And let's see, what else? Is there anything else? See, their skills aren't that high, I have to say here. And look, there's another one over there. So he can dig that one up too. Actually, I'm not going to have him dig that one up. Because oh, it's this one where you gotta swim. I have to say, this is probably my least favorite temple configuration. Because I don't like them having to swim. There. I'm going to take him up here afterwards to excavate that one to get the second one. And there's one there. I'll see which I'm doing. So let's take a look. They need to kind of go in here together. This one I think is archaeology skill. Yeah, maybe she should do some digging actually before she goes there. I'm going to have her dig herself a little bit so that it'll help boost her archaeology skill because she is only level 4. So if she gets it up a little bit more, I don't know that she's going to get it up very much more. To be quite honest, because there's only one spot. Oh, there's another one right there, so she can dig that one too. So we're going to have them dig up a little bit, and this one requires handiness. Who's higher in handiness? She's level 7, so she's actually pretty good for that. And Brian, I can't imagine, is quite as high. They're both level 7. They're both level 7. That's actually really quite impressive. So she has to authenticate 3 artifacts on the archaeology scholar, so I'm going to swap her over to the nature because that's where the jungle explorer, she needs to examine some traps. So that's where we are for her on that one. So we have some traps here for her to examine. So I'm going to zoom through. Is he asking for advice? Because it says chat with Eric. I don't really know what to do with the kids because they don't really have very much to do here, do they? Because I don't think they can do very much. I guess they can play with emotion. Where's their little... Actually, I'm going to pause briefly. I'm going to take a look at the kids. So the conflict resolution, that she needs to help them with that. Oh, their bills are 6,448. Yeah, not a big surprise. So emotional control and empathy. So why don't we have you... Well, you're working on your emotional control, so that's really good. But after you're done with that, why don't you play with emotion with that, because you won't stop. And especially you, Sylvia. You're my one who makes messes all the time. You can play with emotion too, though. I don't know that you need your emotional control. It's already maxed. You actually need to work on your manners and your empathy more. Can you play with this? You can place in world. Once you come here and forget that, why don't you place that in the world? Oh, she's still digging, so there's nothing really going on with that. So come over there and place that in the world. And now that it's in the world, why don't you play doctor a few times to help with your empathy, since you can't really work on your manners out here very much. Very well. So let's see. What did you get with the other one? He found a fossil rock. She found an unauthenticated knife. So that's good. And so did he. So, because you don't find as much when you're doing these. I find when you do the excavation sites, you get lots and lots of stuff. But they're not high enough for them to get the excavation sites. So you, my dear, actually what I'm going to just have you do right away is I'm going to have you pay the bills. And she didn't go up, but since her handiness, just examine it, because you need to examine 3 traps. And we'll examine them both. Of course, she's in her swimsuit. But part of me doesn't want to bother taking her out of her swimsuit, because I find they go in that water all the time. In this particular... I find having to swim through takes longer, but also they keep going into it. But there's another one where there's a pool, and they keep swimming in it too. But then there's one with music, and they keep dancing to it. They all have something for them to distract themselves. So she has an armored catfish. So let's go fast. That was from when they went off the path to the other fishing area. So she got that some won't work, but that doesn't rule them all out. So we're going to come here and try this one, which she actually has the better skill. Yeah. So go over. Was he going to come ask you for advice? I know you want to influence him, but we haven't actually gotten around to doing that yet. Oh, he did his extra credit work. Not much for... Oh, he has actually now done... So he has to survey for a dig pile. Let me go where Sylvia is. And she's almost finished, so you can keep playing doctor. All they do is look at it. It's not till you actually start doing the thing with it that it actually does much. So we're going to come here and survey for a dig pile because he has to. And they're a little bit hungry. So that only lasted so long, going and refreshing themselves. So are you going to... I don't expect him to find anything because his archaeology skill isn't very high. So we have one here. It doesn't rule them all out. So... yeah, he's evil. We're not really that happy to be friends with him. So we have here, we have a question mark for pull the right warrior's weapon. So we're going to do that one. Fingers crossed she doesn't get cursed. Hey, it's blue. We got lucky. She got lucky. And that means the door, that should be unlocked now. Excellent, excellent. Now I'm curious what the options were for this one. Activate... Oh, it said none of them work. I thought it said some of them might work. Won't work. It doesn't rule them all out. Okay, well, it had thumbs down for all of them, so I'm not really sure. So let's go down and see what's downstairs. We have another site for digging. We're going to have her dig because I want her to work on her skill. And then we're going to have her... What's this one? Is logic. Who has the highest logic? I know she needs 2. She's only 3 of logic. Does Brian have higher logic? He has at least 5. And I would expect the kids can't yet. The kids can't interact with it. So we're going to have him examine that. And he was going to fish there anyways. There's only 1? There's only 1 for this one. Actually, before we do that, why don't we see what happens if we study for historical insights? I think that maybe helps. I'm not sure. I thought it made them focus, though he's already focused, but I tried that with another sim and didn't do anything. It didn't help at all. We're going to have her do some studying for historical insight, see if it helps her with her archaeology skill at all. Because we'd like to get it up to 5. I don't know, I don't remember what happens at 5. I know at 9 they get things sent to them and they make lots of money, which is another reason for her to like try and get to level 9 of her archaeology skill, but she doesn't have to do it all here because the authenticating artifacts is something that can help boost your archaeology skill. But you collect more once you can establish excavation sites, which I think she needs to do possibly for the archaeology. No, she doesn't yet, because she has to authenticate 3 artifacts yet, and then she can examine dig sites. Is that going to get her to 5? Are you here yet? Because it takes a long time to swim. She got to level 5. What does that do? Because I can't remember them. She can analyze genuine artifacts, treasures, and fossils, and extract elements from metals and crystals on the archaeology table. So that does not let her establish sites yet. And it's not showing it as helping her archaeology. So I don't think that doing that helps. So everybody, they're all a little bit hungry. And you have a barbecue. So you're going to come here and you're going to place that in the world. And then you're going to go here, and you're going to place that in the world. Because I can't just place it in the world because this is a locked site. So she's still doing that. And I don't know if that green went up just a smidge. I'm not really sure. Oh, you couldn't place that barbecue here? Did I put you in the wrong spot? Because it canceled that. We'll see whether she can put the table out. She put the table out. Okay, go here. Go here. I really need the barbecue. The reason I want the table is to put the food on. Try placing that in the world. Oh, good. I think it works this time. So we're going to grill some breakfast scramble. Hopefully it doesn't turn out poorly. And how are you doing? What did we find out? You didn't examine it. Oh, maybe it's because I told you to do that first. You're really hungry, aren't you? Maybe you should eat an apple. Actually, before you examine it, why don't you eat an apple? And you can eat a grilled cheese ready to eat. Because we're essentially camping in the temple right now. And she's the one who has the chairs. And the tents, actually, for that matter. We're kind of running out of room here, I have to say. Did you get enough to eat? How's your hunger? That's pretty good. So we have a day left. So we're going to examine that now and see how that works. I kind of wish I could place the things, because it just makes it so much easier. So he doesn't have it. I'm in the wrong Sims inventory. She's taking a very long time cooking that, I have to say. I kind of wish I would have bought the benches instead of the individual tables, because I could just put 2 things out as opposed to having to put 4 things out. I'll have to remember that, because it's not like you can put them around there randomly. They just sort of randomly place them wherever. So we're going to go here when she's finished making that. And let's go fast, because she's taking a long time cooking. There's food. This mechanism unlocks the gate. She still needs to examine one more trap, but that's fine. So, since you got it, you can activate it. Assemble the tree glyphs, and we can go through. You probably were on the wrong thing. You probably should have been on the nature aspiration too. Yeah, you should have been. Oh well. My bad. My mistake. And yes, we're through. So we got through there. There's a lot of skulls and things. So since you're here, I want you to go here and put at least one of the tents in the world. In case anybody gets tired, I'm going to pause because they're going to move. I'm going to try placing that, and hopefully you place it so that the entrance is the right way. Okay, it is. So you're going to go here, and you're going to try, there's the chair, place in the world. And here, place in the world. Be a lot of things to pick up. And then go here, place in the world. I'm not facing anybody, but whatever. And then they're all like facing away. Place in the world. You guys are hungry. Oh, poor kids. Like, you're so far away, and I can't. You're gonna have to. Okay, you have some mushrooms in your inventory, so you can eat that. And do you have anything in your inventory? And if you don't, I'm going to drag something to your inventory, because you're hungry. So your sis is going to like magically give you a grilled cheese ready to eat, because I don't want you to be so hungry and having to come over here. And there it is. You can eat that. You should be buying steel bladder, because you have the ability, you have enough points for that. So I'm going to buy you steel bladder so we don't have to worry about that while we're here. And then you're going to come here. You're going to stop playing with emotion. You're going to hopefully get here and grab a serving. You are eating that mushroom. And you can eat another mushroom. Good. And you are asking for advice, of course. Well, they've kind of made it a little bit through, and they're establishing, you know, where they're going to be and whatnot. So, but who am I? I'm not sure what I want to do when I grow up, but my friends seem to have figured it out. How do I figure it out myself? So I don't want to lower conflict resolution, but then again, you know, maybe it doesn't really matter. No worries, you've got time, raises empathy, lowers responsibility. He can get his responsibility back easily enough, so that's fine. So, are you hungry? You're still a little bit hungry. Why don't you sleep, because no one's sleeping right now. So you go have a sleep. And I wanted to go to you. I want you to eat. Oh, you're all the way over here already. If I'd known that. I wouldn't have had to eat those mushrooms. I would have just had you come and grab a serving. And have I bought you the steel bladder? I have not, I'm sure. So let me get you that. Let me check to see whether they all have it now. I kind of think, let me see. He must have steel bladder because his bladder is like at the top. And they've been out for a while, so he's got to have it. So, and so does Amelia. And she's getting a little bit dirty. Is there any way that you can place the other tent here? We're going to have you go here and put the other tent out so that everybody can sleep when they want. So I'm going to have them look after their needs, and then in the next part we will continue exploring the temple. But we have everything we need with us, and we've frozen their needs in terms of their bladder. And they've got food, all the fun things. So she's going to have a little snooze. We're all going to have a snooze, but we will be back here once they've looked after in the next part. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye! This has been Jennifer. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And if you'd like to see more videos of challenge, let's plays, tutorials, and occasional speed builds, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks very much!